It is always nice to see the new year in with Angie Dickinson,
Yes.
and not bad to see the new year out with Angie Dickinson. Anyway, she's a lovely actress and a good friend. Would you welcome? Well, she is. I've known Angie for a fortnight. Would you welcome Miss Angie Dickinson?
Hello.
You look like Golden Bullet.
I feel like Golden
Happy
Bullet.
New Year. What'd you do New Year's Eve? I know where you are New Year's Eve.
How do
read
you
the paper.
know?
I read in the paper you were back in New York City.
I was.
Yes.
It's wonderful in New York.
And I know where you went and who you were with.
It's so
Hello.
bright
Hello.
and cheery. And I wasn't with him.
Yes. What do you mean with who? All I said was, I know who you were with, and you said right away, I wasn't with him. Now, did I say it was a him?
What were you going to say?
You were with Julio Iglesias.
I was at Julio's wonderful show, yes.
Well, every time I pick up a paper and Julio Iglesias performing somewhere that says those in attendance were so-and-so and so-and-so, Angie Dickinson.
Yeah,
And sure enough, there's Julio in New York. And
I'm a groupie.
I saw Julio's at Denny's coffee shop one night. It says among those at Denny's was Angie Dickinson and Julio Iglesias.
So wonderful. He's a beautiful performer and a wonderful person. I was not with him.
You want to be?
Do I want to be?
Well, there was a little...
I'm too old for Julio.
What?
I'm too old for Julio.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about it.
You're too old for it?
Yeah, he's...
Well, you're starting to blush, aren't you? All these years we've known each other, you're starting to blush.
I always did blush.
I'm not trying to work out a deal between you and Julio, but I thought you were a big fan.
I am a big fan.
Okay.
Anyway, it was great. It was wonderful. And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And you have a baby.
Yes,
Happy
new
New
baby.
Year.
Thank you.
That's wonderful.
Thank you.
So, are you hard at it?
You engender that quality in me? Yeah. Did you make any New Year's Eve resolutions or New Day, not Eve, Day? Did you make any resolutions?
I make the same ones every year.
What are they? Let's
I
hear them.
never, ever will change. I'm lazy. I don't exercise enough. It's to exercise every day without fail. Now, do you think I would have succeeded on the 2nd of January?
Well, so you make the same resolution every year and never keep them?
No, but I keep trying.
Yeah.
You know how faithful I am.
You know, New Year's Eve is depressing for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Obviously not for you,
Yeah.
because you were back there with hats and horns. I was sitting with a box of Ritz crackers and an inflatable woman. Do you have somebody in your life that, I hate to be tacky about this, but that we don't know about?
Yes.
Do you really?
And you're not going to.
Then there is.
Well, Johnny, I want to hear about the woman and the crackers.
No. No, you see, I as the host.
Oh, no, I can't interject that. Sorry.
You can interject whenever you want to.
Anyway, what did you do New Year's Day? Did you make a resolution?
I never make them anymore. I gave that up many years.
Well, see, that's the difference between you and me. I keep fooling myself.
Yeah. Now, about this mysterious guy in your life. I'm sounding like Joan Rivers, huh?
Yes, trash it. That was funny.
Trash it.
That was a funny bit.
Yeah, trash it.
I like that. That was very good. All of the show was terrific.
Yeah. If you could change anything about yourself, what would it be? That's a good question, you know? I mean, what don't you like about yourself? And what do you like about yourself?
I don't like my impatience.
No. I've got the same problem.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
very impatient.
I got a letter from a dear friend of mine today, and she said, I'm still trying to lose the weight, and I hope by now you're more tolerant of that than you used to be. And so I find out ways that I haven't been, but I try.
Okay, that's your worst quality.
No, it's not my worst quality.
Well, it's something you don't...
I'm not going to tell you the bad one. That's just one of the things I would change.
Well, what's the one that's really, you don't really hate about yourself? That? What's the one you like about yourself? What's the one you like about me? What's the one you like about anybody? Now, you've known me for a number of years. What's my best quality?
You're very... one single best?
Yes.
You're just adorable. You're sensitive.
Oh, now that's too easy.
Yeah, no, it isn't.
That's too easy.
No, you're very, I don't know. Sensitive is not the word. You're adorable. You're considerate and
I'm also
thoughtful
sensitive.
Yes, but...
I'm adorable and sensitive.
Yeah. Were you sensitive with that woman?
You're back to my inflatable. That was a joke. I wasn't with an inflatable.
I know you weren't. I just wanted to get you talking. I don't want to talk.
Well, why not?
I have nothing to say. So I like
Well, what are you doing here? I could get a cardboard cutout, you know.
I want you to talk. What did you do New Year's Day? I'm really serious.
Didn't do anything. New Year's Day? Mm-hmm. Just sat and watched football games, you know, on New Year's Day.
I think the day is fun.
Wasn't the night any good for you?
Well, New Year's Eve nights are very difficult, and I finally, after all these years, figured out that it was I who was making too much of New Year's Eve, and I finally said, hey, I'm going to treat this just like any other good night out.
It's like a forced joviality. Everybody forces themselves to have too good a time.
A friend of mine said it can be like all the bad Saturday nights rolled into one. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
And but this one wasn't one I hope it wasn't.
Obviously not.
You had a show, but I missed it.
Yes, we were. Well, you were out, you know.
Practicing my
with Julio.
Spanish.
I was here working, you saying, hey, vamos. We'll take a break, and we shall be right back after this. We're back. We're talking with Angie Dickinson. You know, I know why we have trouble sometimes having one of these kind of conversations. We've known each other so well over the years, and in a platonic way, of course.
Yeah.
And it's difficult for me to think of things to ask you.
I agree, and the things I really, want to say, I'm not going to say them here. So it is hard, and also when I'm not working, I don't have something really to talk about that I feel would be interesting. So
Really?
I come out here and I do this to you you don't like it when people come on your show and say I have nothing to talk about.
Well, otherwise, you see, it leaves me kind of bereft.
I know it, and I don't mean to just come out here and be boring, but the problem is, that's it.
Well, take off your clothes or something. No, I'm teasing. That was tacky and tawdry.
It's much easier to ask a stranger lots of questions.
Yeah, you're right. What would you ask me if I was sitting there and you were sitting here?
I would say, what do you really enjoy doing, aside from work, or is work your main interest?
Yes.
Not sports, for instance. Some people love skiing.
Just my work. No, my work is important to me, yes. See, no, that's not too deep a question.
But do you golf?
No.
And you don't play tennis? Yes, you play tennis.
Yes, oh yes.
Do you play it a lot?
Yes.
And so between...
I'd make a terrible guess. You see, what happens when you ask, you should never answer a question where people can just say yes.
I know, I've
Do you
heard
play
you
tennis?
say that.
Yes. Then they sit there. You should say, why do you play tennis?
Because your eyes are so green.
Where did that come from?
I'm not listening to anything you're saying. I'm just looking at your pretty eyes.
You're flirting, aren't you? Huh? I mean, kind of. Knowing, when you get me into a frenzy, that you can just drop it like that. I can't do that. Well, easier for you, certainly.
No, it isn't that. It isn't that. I'm just
sure, you're
wishing
beckoning, you're flirting, and then as soon as I show a little interest, it's...
Oh.
That's not fair. We had a name for girls like you in high school.
Oh, what was it?
The guys know what I'm talking about.
Well, I just feel that I'm not interesting, and I feel that if I tell you that, you'll come up with something so funny, and it'll it'll be replayed.
I see.
I'm not going to look at him.
He has a new daughter, you know. Or did you mention that?
Mm-hmm. I'm so happy for him.
Yes.
It's great.
Thank you. Lovely.
Ed told, what, 1 month today?
1 month today.
I think it's just
She met her
great.
Uncle Johnny the night before last.
Wait a minute, wait a minute. When did I become an uncle?
From day one. You might be the godfather if some gifts arrive.
I see.
Putting in the
I'll buy
mailbox.
for that. I don't know what to buy for a month-old girl. I really don't.
Stocks and bonds are nice.
No,
And you don't have to know the size.
I've done that. I've done that. No, that's the gift that keeps on giving.
I think it's the most wonderful thing you could do for your wife.
Yeah.
I think, you know, because it's very difficult to start out and
All over
go
again.
through
I
all
know.
that. You
But
had
she's
4?
loving it. It's wonderful. We're having a
Okay,
great time.
Great. You all should know Victoria. She is so beautiful. I'm sorry. I'm just not a good guest tonight, and I apologize publicly.
You're a fine guest if you're on Ed's show.
And I can't... and I enjoy flirting with you.
Yeah, your eyes are brown. You have nice brown eyes.
Thank you, but I do. You're fun to flirt with because
Oh,
you
thanks.
respond.
Just within limits.
Yes.
Within limits.
I know.
Can you tell if somebody is really serious when you're flirting? I mean, that is industrial strength flirting?
Not that much, no. I think so. I don't know. Sometimes.
Can you read men easily?
Well, some men can be read, but there are others who literally can't. And then you wonder, are you just imagining it, or did he really give you that glance?
Mm-hmm.
And I try not to personalize, because a lot of times I'm very nice to somebody, and they go away thinking that I think they're terrific.
Oh.
And it was just my... so
Is
I
that
don't
one of
know.
these moments? Well, enough of this. We'll be right
All
back.
right,
Stay
thank
where you
you.
are.